Imagine waking up one morning and discovering that the world you knew no longer existed. The great kingdoms are gone. The richest cities have been burned to the ground. Trade routes that connected entire continents have disappeared. Governments have collapsed. Refugees are everywhere. And for the next several centuries, humanity enters a dark age. This isn't the plot of an apocalyptic movie. It really happened. More than 3,000 years ago, around 1200 BC, nearly every major civilization in the Eastern Mediterranean suddenly began to fall apart. Entire empires vanished. Some never returned. To historians, it remains one of the greatest mysteries in human history. What caused one of the first global collapses? Who destroyed these mighty kingdoms? And could something similar happen again? This is the story of the empire that vanished overnight, the mysterious fall of the Bronze Age. Long before Rome, before Alexander the Great, and before the rise of the Persian Empire, there existed a different world, a world of kings, palaces, and international trade. This was the Late Bronze Age. And despite living over 3,000 years ago, these civilizations were surprisingly connected. Ships sailed across the Mediterranean, carrying copper, tin, ivory, gold, wine, and luxury goods. Merchants crossed deserts and seas. Kings exchanged gifts and letters. Some even married foreign princesses to strengthen alliances. The world was smaller than we imagine. In Egypt, the mighty Pharaoh ruled one of the richest kingdoms on earth. In Anatolia stood the powerful Hittite Empire, a military superpower feared by its neighbors. Across the sea flourished the Mycenaean kingdoms of Greece, whose warriors would later inspire legends like the Trojan War. In modern-day Syria, prosperous cities such as Ugarit became international trading hubs. For centuries, the system worked. Each kingdom depended on the others: copper from one region, tin from another, grain from Egypt, luxury goods from distant lands. It was a complicated web of trade and diplomacy, and that was exactly the problem. Because when one piece failed, the entire system was vulnerable. Around 1250 BC, the Bronze Age was experiencing its golden age. Palaces were filled with treasures, massive temples honored the gods, cities were protected by enormous walls. The elites lived in unimaginable luxury. To the people of that era, their world probably seemed eternal. Empires had existed for generations. Trade brought prosperity. Technology continued to improve. No one expected disaster. History often works this way. The greatest collapses usually happen when people feel safest, because the warning signs are easy to ignore. And the warning signs had already begun. At first, the changes were subtle. A bad harvest, then another, then another. Modern scientific studies suggest that around this time, the Eastern Mediterranean experienced severe droughts. Rain became less reliable. Fields produced less food. Rivers shrank. Food prices rose. Hunger spread. When crops fail for 1 year, societies can survive. 2 years become dangerous. Several years can destroy entire kingdoms. Farmers abandoned their lands. People migrated in search of food. Governments struggled to feed their populations. The first cracks in the system had appeared, but things were about to become much worse. Then came another disaster: earthquakes. The Eastern Mediterranean lies on several active fault lines. Some archaeologists believe a chain of powerful earthquakes struck the region around this period. One city collapsed, then another, and another. Imagine surviving years of drought, only to watch your city walls crumble in a massive earthquake. Temples collapsed, palaces fell, ports were damaged, trade slowed, communication became difficult. The interconnected world of the Bronze Age was becoming increasingly fragile. And when societies are weakened, enemies begin to appear. Then they came. Out of the sea. Ancient Egyptian records describe mysterious invaders known today as the Sea Peoples. Who were they? No one knows for certain. Even after centuries of research, their true identity remains a mystery. Were they pirates? Refugees fleeing famine? Mercenaries? Entire populations migrating in search of new homes? Perhaps they were all of these things. What we do know is this. Where they appeared, destruction often followed. Ancient cities burned, kingdoms disappeared, trade routes collapsed. One Egyptian inscription describes foreign peoples moving with their families, ox carts, and possessions. This wasn't merely a raid. It looked more like a migration of desperate populations. And desperate people can become incredibly dangerous. One by one, the great cities began to disappear. The kingdom of Ugarit sent desperate messages to its allies. The city was under attack. Its armies were away. Its enemies were approaching. Then, silence. Archaeologists later discovered that Ugarit had been completely destroyed. The city never recovered. The Hittite Empire suffered an even more shocking fate. For centuries, it had been one of the greatest powers in the world. Then suddenly, it vanished. Its capital was abandoned. Its government collapsed. Its people disappeared from history. The Mycenaean palaces of Greece also burned. Magnificent centers of administration were reduced to ruins. Civilization itself seemed to be dying. Entire generations witnessed the end of their world. Imagine being alive during those years. Every kingdom you knew, gone. Every trade route, gone. Every source of stability, gone. The world was ending, and nobody understood why. Only one great power managed to survive: Egypt. But even Egypt came dangerously close to destruction. The pharaoh Ramesses III prepared for war. He knew the invaders were coming. Ancient inscriptions describe a massive conflict, a battle on both land and sea. Egyptian archers filled the sky with arrows. Warships collided. The fighting was brutal. Eventually, Egypt repelled the invaders. It was one of the greatest military victories in Egyptian history. But victory came at a terrible cost. The economy was shattered. Resources were exhausted. The empire never regained its former strength. Even the winner of the war emerged weakened. The Bronze Age world was gone. Then came the silence. Trade disappeared. Writing became rare. Monumental construction nearly stopped. Many cities were abandoned. Population declined. Knowledge was lost. For centuries, historians called this period the Dark Age. Not because people vanished, but because so much of their world had been erased. Imagine future historians trying to understand our civilization after thousands of years with only fragments remaining. That is exactly the challenge archaeologists face today. The evidence is incomplete, the clues are scattered, and the mystery remains unsolved. So, what destroyed the Bronze Age? Was it the Sea Peoples, the drought, earthquakes, civil war, economic collapse? The answer may be all of them. Modern historians increasingly believe that the Bronze Age collapse was a perfect storm. A chain reaction. Drought caused famine. Famine triggered migration. Migration increased conflict. Earthquakes damaged infrastructure. Trade collapsed. Governments weakened. Enemies attacked. One disaster fed another. Eventually, the entire system collapsed. And perhaps the most frightening lesson is this. The civilizations of the Bronze Age did not fail because of one giant catastrophe. They failed because multiple smaller crises happened at the same time. Their world became too interconnected and too fragile